Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Regan Thompson. I build businesses. I started a blog called Formulate Freedom where I talk about how I built my businesses. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the time I nearly started a golf bag brand. It's not too in-depth. It's a pretty basic overview of product design and validating ideas. It is oddly specific to me, but I think if you pay attention to the overall principles, this could help you figure out something that you want to do and realize that it's not actually that hard to create a product and start selling it. So yeah, the story goes, I nearly started a golf bag brand by scratching my own itch. I was playing frequently at my local 9-hole course and only using about 4 or 5 clubs opposed to the usual 14. Even after leaving most of my clubs in the car, my bag was still way heavier than it needed to be. I remembered seeing lightweight half-set bags referred to as Sunday bags, but even they seemed overkill for what I wanted. I started poking around online and found myself perusing the ultimate China direct website known as Alibaba, when I came across a bag that was barely anything more than a floppy piece of canvas sewn together. It was perfect. I reached out to the manufacturer and asked them if they would put my mock-up logo on it, which was just my last name, and if they would make 1 or 2 samples and send them to me, and they did. It cost me about $100 to get the 2 bags shipped to me in Australia, which is expensive if I were trying to resell them for a profit, but for the sake of getting some samples, it's actually not too crazy at all. After testing the bag and confirming that it was actually exactly what I was after, I had one request for them, which was that the shoulder strap that it had been made with and sent with was not floating. The weight of the golf club heads would cause the bag to rotate to a specific angle, and that natural angle that it would sit at when I was walking along the golf course, the padding section wasn't actually on my shoulder when the golf bag got to that section. So to me, that was like a design flaw, a flaw in the design. And I reached back out to the manufacturer and said, would you be able to put a different type of shoulder strap on this same bag? So like one of those padded ones that you see on like a laptop bag that can stay in one place while the strap moves through it. They agreed to do that and said that it wouldn't even affect the price. On top of that, they agreed to do a production run of as little as 50 units. So the whole idea that to start a business or a brand, you need to do hundreds and thousands of units straight out of the get-go to get a good price on some stuff is just not true. They are quite capable of doing relatively low minimum order quantities, especially for something like this that's just canvas or fabric kind of sewn together. So yeah, that's what product design looks like. It's just coming across little thing that's like, oh, this could be a bit better, or I don't want to take my whole big heavy golf bag when I'm just playing like a real quick 9 holes. I just want to take out 5 or so clubs and then not have this big huge heavy bag with me. You just have these kind of funny little problems yourself that you can solve, and if you can create a product that solves that, there's a good chance that there's thousands or hundreds of thousands of people around the world that might have that same little annoying problem. And if you can do that, the next step would be validating your idea with samples. This is where we kind of get to the more nitty-gritty of starting something. So basically, once you do have a product that you're happy with, there's things that you can do to validate your idea before launching a production with hundreds or thousands of units. So this is the sell 1 unit framework. What you want to do is convince your manufacturer to send you the 2 samples, like how I explained I did. You want to use one of them to actually use and test and create social media content and shoot product photos with, and the other one you actually want to list it for sale. This forces you to face the challenge of actually selling even just 1 unit, because there's no point getting 100 made if you can't even sell one? And nobody has to know that you only have one. And when it does sell, you can simply say, okay, we're all sold out. Next production is coming in a month. Get your orders in now, or more on the way. And there you have officially validated your idea. Can you actually make a sale? So to try and summarize all of that, you've got to think, what is the product that you're going to make? What's the problem that you're going to solve? Can you find someone to physically manufacture just 2 of these products so that you can test one, and if it is what you want, you can list the other one for sale to actually see if you can sell one. That's all you have to do, and it can just be a fun little inexpensive game. Can I create a product, get it sent over from China or wherever you can get something manufactured, and list it for sale and see if you can just sell one? If you can do that, that's all you need to do to know that you can actually launch and run and operate a business. There is also the concept of validating your idea with a pre-order. I don't like this one as much, and it does have a few more variables involved, makes it a little bit trickier. But if, depending on the specific product and how expensive it is, how high the stakes are, this can be a good method as well. So using a similar method as we just discussed, you want to get some samples so you can test, photograph, etc. Then you'll want to find out how long your supplier will take to make a batch of this product. If you were to say, okay, I want to order 10, 20, 100 of this item. And there's a lot of potential variables, obviously, but this is just a quick breakdown on what it might look like. You list your product on your website or through your Instagram or whatever for pre-order on the 1st of February. And on this pre-order, you just start selling as many as you can, directing people to the website and trying to get them to buy it. And then on March 1st, after a month of sales, you go to your supplier and order however many items you've pre-sold, plus some extra, because obviously your idea is validated now, so you want to fulfill the orders that you've got, plus have some extra on standby. On May 1st, your order's ready and it gets shipped to you, and then you ship all the orders out to your customers. Or if you're lucky, if you can figure something out with your factory, as soon as the orders are ready, you can give them the customers' addresses and they ship it straight to them. The benefit here is that you're making the sale before you're purchasing the inventory from the supplier, so there's no risk. The negative is that most people don't want to wait 2 weeks for shipping, let alone 2 months while you're running the pre-order, then running the production and getting it shipped to you. So your first initial batch of customers would have to be really solid supporters of what you're doing, or you would have just had to create an amazing product that people are happy to pre-order and wait for. If you have to do this way, or if your product is special enough that people will wait, then it can work. And obviously something like my golf bags, where the manufacturer can make 10 in a couple days or something like that, it's much more possible to do something like that. Depending on the product, the manufacturing time can be really quick. They might say, yeah, if you place an order for 20 of these, we can have it ready in 2 weeks. Like, that's not too crazy to expect customers to wait. So validating your idea with a pre-order can be a valid idea. So yeah, there you have it. That's my little breakdown on just a very basic look at physical product design and validating your idea with samples or with pre-orders. And if you found this helpful and want to read more from the How to Formulate Freedom mega blog post, it's on my website, www.formulatefreedom.com, under the How To section. Thank you.